Hey Reds, welcome back to MUFC Corner. I'm Dennis, and today we're diving into one of the most talked about transfer stories of the summer, Manchester United's pursuit of Gianluigi Donnarumma, Paris Saint-Germain's Champions League-winning goalkeeper. With United's goalkeeping situation under the microscope after a disappointing season, could Donnarumma be the answer to our problems between the sticks? Let's break down the latest reports, the stats, the transfer challenges, and what this move would mean for United's future. First, let's set the scene. United just wrapped up a disastrous campaign, finishing in the bottom half of the Premier League and failing to lift a single trophy. Andre Onana and Altay Bayındır have both had their chances in goal, but neither has truly convinced fans or manager Ruben Amorim. Onana, who was signed for £47 million from Inter Milan, has been inconsistent, making costly errors and failing to provide the kind of stability United need at the back. Bayındır, meanwhile, has been used sparingly and hasn't managed to stake a claim for the number 1 shirt. With INEOS now backing Amorim and a major squad overhaul on the cards, the club is looking to upgrade in several key positions, and goalkeeper is right at the top of the list. According to multiple reports, United are seriously considering a move for Gianluigi Donnarumma, the Italian shotstopper who just helped PSG win their first ever Champions League title. Donnarumma was immense in the final against Inter Milan, and his performances throughout the tournament have earned him praise from legends like Gary Lineker, who tipped him for the Ballon d'Or, and Fabrizio Romano, who described him as insane after his Champions League heroics. So why is Donnarumma suddenly available? The answer lies in his contract situation. Donnarumma's current deal with PSG runs until June 2026, but negotiations over an extension have hit a major roadblock. The 26-year-old is demanding a new salary of €10 million per year, while PSG are only willing to offer €6 million. That gap has opened the door for Europe's top clubs to make their move, with Manchester United, Manchester City, Juventus, and Inter Milan all monitoring the situation closely. PSG are reportedly unwilling to meet his wage demands and could be forced to sell this summer to avoid losing him for free down the line. Let's take a closer look at Donnarumma's stats from last season. In the Champions League alone, he played 15 matches, kept 6 clean sheets, and conceded just 14 goals. He made 36 saves and prevented nearly 2 goals above expected, according to advanced metrics. In League One, he continued to be a reliable presence, commanding his area and making crucial stops. His big-game mentality and experience at just 26 years old make him one of the most sought-after goalkeepers in world football. But what about United's current options? As I mentioned, Onana has struggled to adapt since his move from Inter. While he's shown flashes of quality, his high-profile mistakes have cost United valuable points. There are even rumors linking Onana with a move to Saudi Arabia, which could open up space and funds for a new number 1. Bayındır, despite his potential, hasn't done enough to convince Amorim or the fans that he's ready to be United's long-term solution. So, what would Donnarumma bring to Old Trafford? First and foremost, world-class shot-stopping. He's known for his incredible reflexes, commanding presence, and ability to pull off match-winning saves. At 6 feet 5 inches, he's a physical giant who dominates his box on crosses and set pieces, something United have often lacked in recent years. He's also experienced at the highest level, having played over 350 club games and won the European Championship with Italy. Another key factor is Donnarumma's age. At just 26, he's entering his prime years as a goalkeeper. This isn't a short-term fix. This is a player who could anchor United's defense for the next decade. His leadership qualities and experience in big matches would be invaluable for a United side looking to rebuild and challenge at the top again. But of course, there are challenges. PSG are expected to demand at least €60 million for Donnarumma, and with competition from other top clubs, the fee could rise even higher. There's also the question of wages. Donnarumma wants a significant pay rise, and United will have to decide if they're willing to make him one of the highest-paid players at the club. Then there's the issue of European football. With United not competing in the Champions League next season, convincing Donnarumma to make the switch could be tough, especially with Juventus and Inter Milan offering him a return to Italy and Champions League football. Let's talk about the competition. Manchester City are reportedly interested, but their move depends on whether Ederson leaves this summer. Juventus and Inter Milan are both keen, with the Italian clubs hoping Donnarumma might be tempted by a return to Serie A. Bayern Munich have also been mentioned as a possible destination. So United will need to move quickly and decisively if they want to win the race for his signature. Now, let's consider the bigger picture. Bringing in Donnarumma would be a huge statement of intent from United and the INEOS ownership. It would show that the club is serious about addressing its weaknesses and building a team capable of competing for major honors. It would also give Ruben Amorim a world-class foundation to build on as he looks to reshape the squad in his image. But what if United can't get the deal done? There are other options on the market, but few with Donnarumma's blend of talent, experience, and potential longevity. United could stick with Onana for another season, but that would be a risky move given his struggles so far. Alternatively, they could look for a younger, less established keeper, but that would come with its own set of risks and uncertainties. So, what's the verdict? Should United go all in for Donnarumma, even if it means breaking the bank? Or should they look for a more affordable solution and invest the money elsewhere in the squad? It's a tough call, but one thing's clear: United can't afford another season of uncertainty in goal. If the club wants to get back to the top, they need a world-class presence between the sticks, and Donnarumma fits the bill perfectly. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would you like to see Donnarumma at Old Trafford next season? Do you think he's the answer to United's goalkeeping woes? Or would you stick with Onana or Ballon? And who else do you think United should target this summer as part of the rebuild? If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe to MUFC Corner for all the latest United news and transfer analysis, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. I'm Dennis, and I'll see you in the next one. Up the Reds!